We bringing you this morning our top 64 player, Bart Ladru.
Hey guys,
Congratulations on your top cut.
thank you.
So, what did you play?
I played Maliss Bystial and I'll quickly walk you through my list. Triple Dormouse, obviously, triple White Rabbit, double Jessie, triple Field Spell and Terra. Some people don't play this, but I think the deck already lacks starters as it is, so I think you just need it. And Gold Shark. So that's for all your starters. And then we have the 3 traps that you just have to play. So it's Maliss.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, 16 cards, and the other 24 are non-engine. But these are non-engine that are also extenders. We play a lot of them. 9 Bystials.
Damn, that's a lot,
How
huh?
do you feel about the amount of Bystials since there?
I think they're really nice. Like, for example, I'm not playing Allure. If you don't play enough Bystials, then you just don't have enough extension power, and you don't have enough, like, you just want to open a Dormouse and a Bystial and you're good to go, and you can play through so many things. So I think they're good. They also double up as really good non-engine against Ryzo Fiendsmith, especially with a card in my extra deck that I'll show you later.
So would you play less? Would you play more?
I think this is the right number. I think if you could still play 10, but then you draw clunky hands with 3 a little bit more often. So I think this was the sweet spot, drawing 1 or 2. Okay, and then other non-engine, triple Ash Blossom, triple Nibiru, triple Fuwalos.
How do you feel about these?
I mean, Ash, self-explanatory, honestly, just very flexible in a duo or Fuwalos or the other Molcharmies with Meows becoming more prevalent as well, so I think this is just very mandatory. Nibiru pairs well with the Bystials against Ryzo Fiendsmith, so I think that's an important one too. And the body, like with Bystials as well, like as long as Maliss has a body, Maliss name and a body, it can already extend through more things. So I think just already having a Nibiru on your field also helps you get off to the races and play through Imperms, Veilers, whatever, much easier. So I think Nibiru is good for that. And Fuwalos, I think the deck is not the strongest going second, even with all the non-engine. And the engine just is not as good at breaking boards as some other decks. And I think Fuwalos helps you to keep the board more manageable so you can play through it easier. So yeah, I think that makes sense. Then I played 2 Impulse, and I'll also show the rest, and it makes more sense. 1 Imperm and 3 Metaltronus. So I wanted to keep it 40 because, like I said, the deck can sometimes just not open one of your Maliss engine pieces, and then it can struggle. But I wanted to play Metaltronus because it's really, like, Detonator can be an issue, and this is such a clean way to out-Detonator, and it's just important. But I also wanted to fit an Imperm because sometimes, especially when you don't open your regular Maliss starters, like your Dormouse or your White Rabbit, but you only start with your Field Spell, and then like with a Bystial, for example, then getting Impermed actually really kind of hurts. So then I wanted to have this in the list for crossout, which I cite. So that's why the Imperm is there, and then to make space for the 1 Imperm, I caught 1 Impulse, which is a very good card, especially in the mirror, but I also don't think it's that strong going second against Ryzo. So I wanted to, I think it was a fair cut to make to fit the Imperm to have the crossout be a bit more flexible. So, and then I cited the 3rd, of course, because it's good in so many matchups. So yeah.
Alright, great.
That's it for the main 40 cards. Extra deck?
So, yeah, extra deck.
Extra deck, okay. I think these are also quite standard. Decoder, Splash Mage, Dark. I think it's really important to play for the mirror, and also like to take Magnum Moods of the opponent, and it's really valuable. So I think this needs to be in there. And Spee, Lizardos, and Phoenix. Phoenix is cuttable, I think. It's nice to play through strikes and judgments before committing to your Link 3. And it also doubles up as a secondary Mellotronus target for Exciton, which is a scary card for the deck. But I didn't make it that much, so I think it's cuttable. And I'm not playing IP because it's not part of my end board. But I noticed that when you get Fuwalos or Meows, that sometimes you can make IP and only give one draw, while sometimes if you want to extend through it, you would give 2 draws. So I think I would fit an IP, maybe for the end board as well. I need to see how the lines would differ then, but at least for the ability to play through the Charmies a little bit better. So that's one change I would make, and it would be either Phoenix that would be cut or another card I'll get to later. Okay. This then, of course, the 3 Maliss Lings. Nothing too much to be said about those. Just very good cards. White binder is broken. Okay. Then for the end board, Griffin Abal. It's really good. Griffin is very strong into every deck in the meta, I think. And also it trades well into X. So yeah, I mean standard. And access codes, just very good, clean board breaking piece. Okay. Then we play the Detonator for the Ryzel matchup. Typhon, which came up only, I think, once for me. So this is another card that might be cuttable like Phoenix, but I think in testing it came up a decent amount. So I think it's just important. Sometimes you just can't out a Detonator that well, but for example, you still have a Bystial left over, and then you can just make Typhon and then keep trading with your non-engine. So I think it comes up for that. And then last but not least, I played the Goblin's Crazy Beast.
Crazy Beast.
What are those?
But I think it's a cool card. I saw it in the deck profile of Dernier match at YCS Orlando for Fiendsmith Bystial, and it in theory it trades really well into a Detonator plus Field Spell board, and you want to play a lot of Bystials because you need to extend. But if you open 2 Bystials, then sure you can turn off the Fiendsmith part of the deck, but you still have to break through the Detonator and Field Spell, and that sometimes is difficult for Maliss. And then this makes it actually good to open 2 Bystials. So that's the theory. In practice, I didn't make it that much. And when I made it, I didn't have like the Maliss engine piece with it to really capitalize on it. But I still think it makes sense to me to play it. So I think I will still continue playing it, but I expected it to come up more than it did. But it's a cool card for sure. Okay, so that's the extra deck. And then for side deck, triple artifact Lancea, of course. Card is broken, and this deck is playing the Lancea minigame a little bit, but you know, that's just how it is. Luckily, to beat it, we can play these cards, which I think is just necessary. I did draw the one of Lancea for the crossout a lot, but you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Then we play triple Perulia, really good card, I think. Yeah, very strong. And then I play 2 Meows, which is very nice for the mirror. And then I played 1 Phantasmane, which might look a bit strange, but it doubles up because you can side these in for Ryzel Fiendsmith, and you can side this in together with Lanceas and stuff for Maliss. So it covers both, and it worked out well with my siding patterns. So that's why there's the 1. Then we have the 3rd Impulse that I wasn't maining, and again siding patterns. I had 1 slot left over, and I thought what's a better card to play for going first than another Solemn Strike alongside the crossouts and the call blind. So that was that. So that's the list. I think the deck is quite fun, and I liked it. In general, I think the format is quite nice, besides the whole Lancea minigame aspect of it. So I'm happy with my performance. It's been a little while since I topped the YCS, so I'm happy to, you know, be back in the game in that sense. And I hope that I can do well again in the future. And yeah, shout out to my friends who I traveled here with to Birmingham, beautiful city, and also to my team Frozen Card Gaming, of course. Thank you for watching.